Okay.
the equipment and
So
prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. I've also written some notes on the whiteboard if you need them.
okay, thank
No
you.
report this
So
time.
oh
Be
god,
careful. You're going in blind.
turn this thing off. Right. Anyway, we are in professional difficulty. We're going to try the simplest mission, which is Tanglewood. But it is in professional, so I gotta be really careful because I got 0 prep time, which means that the moment the door opens, the haunting will begin, and the hunting can also begin, which means that the ghost can just come and slap me to death in the very first second. But it all depends on how lucky I am with which room the ghost is in. So I gotta really make sure I cover these 3 rooms on my left before I go in anywhere else, because that's also probably where I have to hide. So I'm not going to be able to capture a photo of the ghost, highly unlikely. Smush stick seems to be the first and foremost safe option. Uh, I have a thermo. I have 2 smush sticks. Alright, so we're gonna have to take the thermo with us first. Let's grab a strong torch. Let's grab a thermo. And let's grab. What should I grab? Once I know the thermo reading, what should I do? Probably the camera. Although it's a little risky with the camera on the first run. I'll probably take a sound sensor or something. Right, so... Oh wait, I forget the key? Yeah, I forgot the key. Oh well, but it's still okay. If you guys forget the key, don't worry too much because the timer is not going to count until you open the door. It's just that you have to take a walk back. Probably think about what you've done. So, alright, here we go. Oh boy. I have so much shit, I just don't want to die right now. So sometimes I question why I make these decisions. So let's turn on these lights. Let's just go in, not this room, not this room. And yep, not these 3, which is very, very good for me. Because now I gotta just sweep these areas. This room is probably, oh, it is open. Okay. So the thermal is not dropping, which means it's probably behind here somewhere. So I'm gonna just place this here, and I'm gonna yeet out first, because I know it has to be there. I'm gonna throw the thermal in. I don't need it for now. There's a car key here. I could probably grab it. Yeah, alright, let's go. So the thing about the car key is that if the car alarm does turn on, you need the car keys to turn it off. Otherwise, it's just gonna go nuts. See that? There's an activity 10 spike in the very beginning of the mission itself. So the living room seems to be having some noise right now, even though I'm not there. The thing is, the ghost room could be the dining, and we've established that because one of my previous games it was a dining room, so I gotta be really careful of that. Now more so, I gotta get the senses in because I want to know if it is in the dining room or the room after that. That's kind of my priority. But man, these spikes are insane, so this is gonna be really difficult. Oh boy, what do I do with this? Okay, so now I'm gonna go and pop one over here. And then close that door, and then I'm gonna pop one over here. Then I'm gonna yeet out. Right. Let's get the thermal. Oh no, you know what? Let's leave the thermal first. You gotta look for the motion just to make sure it's one of those 2 first. Once we know that, we can pop motion in the garage as well. Because now the hall is detecting sound, which is great. So I got 2 doors covered, which means if the ghost is in that area, it has to trigger one of those motion sensors. So I also need to cover this door, but I probably have to go with the thermal just to be sure. We can chill, or we can get a camera going. Right, so I probably need to get a camera in there as soon as possible. Or I could take a book and throw it around. I could do that. Okay, so since the possibility is a 1 out of 2. I could smudge the area and try my luck. Right, you know what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna go and smudge the living room and dining. If it's neither of those, it has to be through the laundry room to the garage. Otherwise, it has to be the basement, which is the worst. Because if it is the basement, I gotta go down there and set up, which is really really dangerous for me. There's been constant sound in the living room. I'm gonna guess that's probably where it is. Right, let's switch to the smudge sticks. Let's go. Once I get the smudge, I can probably thermo in a little deeper. So I gotta be aware of that. Alright, so the smudge is on. I'm gonna throw the smudge over here. Then I'm gonna go back. Get thermo. Alright. Gonna move around here. Yep, the temperature is lowest here, so this is most likely where it's spawning. And there's plates moving, cool. So now we know where the room is, so we don't need to worry about this. But because the smudge is there, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna increase the aggression of the ghost after the smudge wears off, but it's gonna delay the ghost for about a minute, I think. A minute plus, but I'm not sure because this is pro. It might not delay it that long. So at least we know where it is. We can take the book and set a camera. We gotta do that first. Oh wait, what's blocking me? Oh, lighter. Right, let's get the camera. We got the smudge, what do you call this? Objective, which is great. But now, this is the tricky part, going back in. Oh, sorry, let me grab that. Why did I drop that here? Alright, so let's just pop this over here. Nice. Let's get the book and place the book down here. Alright, we don't see any writings yet, but we can't be too sure. So let's eat back out. The temperature didn't go to negative, but that's most definitely the spawn location. So now let's just have a look at our camera first. See if we see any orbs, because that'll be oh yeah, there's an orb. That's amazing. Orb right away. Yeah, that's great, that's great. That's good job. Good job to myself. Alright, so we got the ghost orb. We still need the writing and the fingerprint. And there has to be some motion triggering within that vicinity. That means it doesn't walk around through those doors. It's just hanging in the kitchen or the dining area. Right, so now it's either fingerprints or I gotta double crucifix the area to be safe. Should I do that? The thing about crucifix is that it's a 50-50. But I'm gonna take one crucifix. I'm gonna EMF just to try my luck. No writing. I'm gonna drop a crucifix over here. EMF 5. Perfect. Alright, now we know the EMF, we don't need it. I'm just gonna drop it down there. Doesn't matter where you drop your items, you won't lose them so long as you survive, so keep that in mind. And me surviving thus far is a very good sign actually. Right, so there's a crucifix on one side, we gotta put one more on the other side, EMF 5. So what are my options? Phantom, Jinn, Shade. A lot of possibilities actually. So let's see. Shade, I need ghost writing. Jinn, I need spirit box. And Phantom, I need freezing. So it's not Phantom because there was no freezing, which means it's Jinn, spirit box, or Shade. Ghost writing. If ghost writing doesn't trigger, I'm just gonna go and close with Jinn because it has to be the spirit box, and I don't want to go and provoke it right now because if this is pro and I'm alone, that's a very bad idea. Alright, so let's see, what can I gotta take another crucifix, so let's grab that. probably the camera just to get some photos. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it spawn right there. And the EMF is going nuts right now. Oh, okay. So it just haunted. He didn't hunt. EMF is going nuts though. I could have taken a photo of it if I was lucky, but man, I panicked. Alright, so it's pissed. It's haunting. Let's throw one more there. Let's switch to the camera. Okay, let's take some photos over here. Over here. And let's get out. So that was not actually the hunt. That was just a what do you call this? Like a ghost event, I guess. Kind of just scares you. I thought it was a hunt, so I freaked out. Alright, yeah, I never went to 10. Activity never went to 10, which is great. So now let's just check the journal. Just see what we find. So there was still no writing. And there's definitely no freezing breath. So we're gonna go and try our luck and just close it with Jin. See how well we do, because we got 2 objectives. I think it's pretty good. So let's just confirm this. Go stop EMF 5 and Spirit Box Jin. Alright. Back it up. Right, I'm gonna turn around. Just gonna see what I get.
Welcome back.
Sweet,
Like
Jin,
jobs for you.
easy 100. So that's how you do pro, but I guess that's me alone in a house. So if you guys go in a group, you could always have one guy who's willing to sacrifice himself to do all the crazy stuff of taunting the ghost and going in with a spirit box. But if you're going in alone, try not to hang around too long, because the activity spikes really fast if you make a lot of movement. And depending on the type of ghost you're dealing with, until you're really sure about what it is, it's best not to spend too much time in the house, alone especially. So anyway, that's it for this video. Probably get back to the team for a group 1 next. Adios.